Hi everybody, I'm Rachel. I am the newest mom to the group, and this is Ryot. He's 8 weeks old. Today is just kind of an intro, and let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am 21 years old, and I live in Mesa with Ryot and his paternal grandparents for the moment, and his father will be joining us shortly, and we'll be trying to find our own place down here in the valley. I am a stay-at-home mom currently, but I am going to be looking for a part-time job so I can start, supporting Riot a little bit better. This week's question is in 4 parts, as I'm sure you know. Was my pregnancy planned? Yeah, mine was actually. I had been in a point in my life where I thought that I wanted children and that I needed a baby is more accurate. And with that, I had set out to achieve my goal. And one night, my now best friend and then ex-boyfriend had called me up, and we started talking, and I'd let him know what I was thinking, and he ended up volunteering to be the father. More than that, he ended up volunteering to be the dad. He wanted to be in this child's life every single day, wanted him knowing who his father was and raising him. He wanted to be a dad as much as I wanted to be a mom, and we really did fit well together. We do fit well together. And because of that, we knew that we could do this. And so we had it planned out to the ovulation day. I had my IUD taken out. I waited a full week after my period. And so within 2 weeks of my IUD being taken out, we conceived. Which brings us to part 2 of the first question, which is, how did you find out you were pregnant? And because it was so thoroughly planned out, I had known 3 days before the actual day I found out. And I was driving on my way to school, and I had to pull over because I got very nauseous. And I didn't feel sick before then, and I didn't feel sick right afterwards. So I had a feeling that I had morning sickness. 3 days later, really early in the morning on July 10th of 2012, I took a home pregnancy test, and I put it down on the counter and I watched it. I would not go anywhere. I wanted to make sure that I was really pregnant. And this tiny little blue line shows up, and I run into my mom's room and have her look at it and say, "Is that a line? Is that a line?" And she goes, "If you can see a line, you're pregnant." I'm like, "But it's hardly there. I can barely see it." She goes, "Barely is still there." So the next day, on July 11th, we went into a clinic, and they confirmed it. But the day before, we went early in the morning, I called Jordan up, that's his father, and I go, "Hi, Daddy," and he goes, "What?" I go, "I took the pregnancy test," and he goes, "What?" I go, "You're gonna be a dad." And he goes, "Oh, cool. Well, can you call me back later today and tell me again so I can be excited? Because I'm kind of sleeping right now." So it was not the ideal way to tell him. I got really excited, and then it was also not the ideal response, but nothing about this is ideal. Third part of the question was I worried about how he or my pregnancy would affect my relationship with Jordan? And I really didn't worry about it. You know, we had set out, and if anything, we knew that a baby would make our relationship stronger. We began talking 2 or 3 times a day, and our relationship actually did become stronger because we became really good friends. Of course, with hormones and pregnancy, there were craziness going on, but I wasn't really worried that having a baby would change our relationship or our dynamic because we were already setting out to be parents. Part 4 of this question is, was I ever scared or excited or happy about the pregnancy, or did I ever consider not having the baby? And I was really happy at first. And around 6 weeks, about 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant, I had a massive bleed. And I rushed to the ER, and they had told me that I was not miscarrying then, but I would be in a couple days, and that I should schedule a D&C. And thankfully, I had a doctor that did not want to rush into a D&C. He wanted to do blood tests. He wanted to do an ultrasound. He wanted to make sure that that baby was really dead before we did anything. And Jordan and I went in 2 days later to the OB's office. And on the ultrasound, there was a heartbeat. One that they didn't find 2 days before. And it was a dot. It was just a yolk sac and a spine, but we made that. We made that little dot. And I was happy, and I was really excited, and we were both just thrilled that we didn't lose him. And a month after that, I started really realizing what we were doing, and that I didn't know if I was ready to be a mom. I didn't know if this was in any way the thing I should be doing. And I felt selfish because I was bringing a baby into the world when I wasn't prepared, when I wasn't financially fit. I had never left my parents' house before. I didn't have a job. I'd never had a job before. And here I was trying to bring another human being in to raise. It didn't seem right to me. And I felt so bad for making that decision without thinking things through, without being financially fit. But here, what am I going to do? It's too late. You know, I can't go back. And I had never considered abortion because it was a planned pregnancy. So I figured, well, I'm just being crazy. My hormones are acting up. I will eventually, get over that. But later on into my pregnancy, when things really started getting bad, I became more scared that I was going to be a bad mom, more than I couldn't provide for him, and I did consider giving him up for adoption. I really thought really hard about what was the right thing to do. But I loved him too much, and I decided that I was going to be selfish and kick my ass into gear and do what I needed to do and be what I needed to be so I could take care of him and be his mom. And the rest of my pregnancy really didn't seem so scary. It was just a waiting game. And really, I'm not going to say things are perfect between me and Jordan. I'm not going to say it's easy being a mom, because it's really not. But me and Jordan's relationship is really strong, and we're making things work. And considering that we're not in a relationship, but we have such a big relationship and a bond with each other, it makes things easier. Things are good, and we're taking it one step at a time. and that's all anyone can do. And really, I think that I'm happy. Some days I'm really happy, and that's all anyone could ask for. Well, this concludes my video, and if anyone has any questions or they want to pick out a topic for us, just put your comments down in the comment box, and make sure to like for us, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.